Volodymyr Zelenskiy said that Ukraine was preparing for Russian attacks for energy infrastructure before second winter of Vladimir Putin's full-scale occupation of country, and that country was ready to attack. Zelensky said, We are preparing for terrorist attacks on our energy infrastructure. This year we will answer not only ourselves but also." The warning came because he was looking for new vehicles to gain dominance in Ukraine in Russia's war, which lasted more than 20 months on the increasingly growing fronts. Russia launched attacks on cities of northern Ukraine and Avdiivka, where commanders are worried that the commanders are trying to surround well-defined city of Russia. Meanwhile, the of the Russian attack show that there were many dead and wounded. The small area changed hands. On Wednesday, the Russian parliament approved the withdrawal of Moscow from a global treaty that banned nuclear weapons tests, and that Kiev attempted nuclear blackmail. After confirming the withdrawal of the Russian parliament from global treaty that banned nuclear weapon tests, a benefit intercontinental ballistic missile was fired. Russian Ministry of DefenseAFP Hours later. Putin presided on the test of Russia's strategic nuclear forces, the launch of nuclear weapons from land, Tupolev TU-95 strategic ardment planes and a nuclear energy ballistic missile submarine.Exercise, called Grom, is kept every year. After making setbacks in battlefield last year, Russia returned to major strikes against Ukrainian power hydroelectric plants, transformer centers, heat production facilities, other important electricity water infrastructure to cripple the army dive population into darkness. In last autumn, average Ukrainian households remained without electricity for weeks due to strikes that forced ordinary citizens reduce consumption, prevent overloading of power. Network.Shmyhal said that Ukraine has repaired 80 of main power networks and high-voltage stations since then pre-war conditions. These strikes started again. Russia is increasingly relying on drones instead of more missiles, however. It has reduced electricity to approximately 1,800 people in nearby towns. Zelensky was unclear whether he referred to other targets from Russian energy infrastructure or other targets, including military bases and industrial fields. But Ukraine was ready to return. Ukraine has recently launched a series of successful raids and strikes against Russian military areas, including an Atacms missile strike at 2 airports, which Kiev claimed to have destroyed at least 9 Russian helicopters. The enemy knows this well, Zelensky said. Ukraine said that Ukraine would be ready to start retaliation strikes